Good morning. Today it's Saturday the 28th of April and I'm on my way to Wigan North Western for a big vital clash between the Super AFC and Wigan Athletic. Actually, it's not a vitally important game. It's not an important game at all because it doesn't matter if we win or lose this. Well, it matters. It doesn't. The result's irrelevant. We just have to win one of our next 3 games, of which I'm discounting this one. Anyway. So I'm coming up to Wigan North Western, so it gives me opportunity to visit Wallgate. I had also planned a mega trip to go and visit a number of stations, but I miscalculated the arrival time of my train by about an hour. Had it arriving an hour earlier than I thought it would. So I'm now going to see whether I can go to Burscough Bridge, and then wait there for 15 minutes and catch the train back and then meet up with the boys. But unfortunately this train is running late due to overrunning engineering works at Euston last night, or just outside Euston last night. So the train I want to catch leaves at 3 minutes past 11. So it could be a bit touch and go, but we'll see, we'll see. Oh, there it goes, just across the road. Easy peasy. Oh, Wigan Pier. Right, so Wigan Wallgate is on the Manchester Southport and Manchester Kirby lines, and was originally opened in 1848 by the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. And they opened a line between Liverpool and Lostock Junction, which is just west of Bolton. The original station was to the east of Wallgate. In 1896 a new station was opened called Wigan on this site, and then in 1924 it was renamed Wigan Wallgate when the other Wigan station was renamed Wigan. During the early 1970s BR ran the service down, but in 1977 the Greater Manchester Passenger Travelling Executive subsidised BR to operate a better service, and the platforms were rebuilt in 1978, and passengers are about 1.5 million a year. So let's get on and go to Burscough. Hello. Right, and I was also going to visit this station, which is Parbold. I know people say these Pacers are buses on train wheels, but when you sit inside it, there's no way that was ever going to be a bus. It's just too big. So I can only imagine that they made them slightly bigger, or it's just an urban myth. But I personally like them. So I can't believe it, but this train is now heading off to Southport, and apparently we get to Southport in 14 minutes. I had no idea it was so close. So I've got about 15 minutes to wait here for my train back to Wigan Wallgate. So I just see the train leave. Quite busy. Right, so here's the station. The buildings on the left-hand side are traditional Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway buildings. The buildings on the right hand side, i.e. these buildings, are traditional 1970s buildings. This is a bit of an interchange because there is another station here at Burscough. It's called Burscough Junction. It's about 15 minutes walk away. Unfortunately the ticket office was closed due to council cuts, and the cafe closed as well. It's disappointing because it's all quite quite attractive. Oh yes, here we are. It tells you there. So the closest ticket man station is Parbold. Burscough Bridge, Martin Mere Wetland Centre. And this is the other side of the station. Oh, it's for sale. FintonEstates.com. Maybe I'll look that up and see how much you can buy this for. Nice stone brick building, and I love these walls along either side of the entrance to the station, and these lovely pillars. Very good. And as you can see, it's already getting quite busy. Lots of people. They all arrive very early for the trains here, not like in London. Okay, so what do I know about Burscough Bridge Railway Station? It's an F1 category station, which means it's small, unstaffed and basic, and it has 250,000 and below passengers. Passenger total actually, in fact, for 2016-2017 was 241,000, but they have been going up since 2013-2014. It was originally built by the Manchester and Southport Railway and opened in 1855, and then from 1885 it became part of the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. As I said, there's also a Burscough junction on the Ormskirk to Preston line. I've looked up the sale of the Burscough Bridge Railway Station, and they're accepting offers in the region of £150,000 for that commercial property. And in fact, an offer of £153,800 has been made, but they are still willing to take any higher offers. Let's see if we can find some details about the property. Well, I can't find any particular details, but there are some photographs. So that's the garden. I didn't even notice the garden. That's a photo from the garden. That's obviously from the front of the station. That is the station. That's the station. And there's it. I love the doors. They're fantastic. Or the door frames. Don't go much on the colour, but there you go. There's another room. Another garish colour. Big rooms, although I guess the station master used to live there at one time. Nice attic room there, nice size. Looks like another attic room. And there we go, back to where we started. So, quite impressive property. So we're back at Apley Bridge. This is the other platform. So no buildings on this side, just the old bus shelter. So over there behind the trees is the JD Stadium, home of Wigan, showing you the station here. So I'm back at Wigan Wallgate. That's the train I've just arrived on. It's now going to form the 1202 to Manchester Airport, and then coming in at 1204, which is basically the same train which I caught an hour ago, that goes back on down to Southport. So here's a map showing the trains you can get from Wigan Wallgate. So Southport, Kirby, to be of a connection to Liverpool Central. You have to get onto the Mersey line for that. Then you can go to Bolton, you can go to Swinton, you can go to Salford, Manchester Airport and Rochdale. Quite an extensive service, but most of it's been replaced by buses today. So what do I know about Wigan North Western? Well, I know that in 2016, 2017 it had 1.6 million visitors, and that's been increasing for the last 4 years. It's called North Western because it was operated by the London and North Western Railway. In 2009 it was one of the 10 worst Category B interchange stations. I've already talked about categories because Burscough Bridge was a Category C. It was opened in 1832 as the Wigan Joint Railway and opened between the Liverpool and Manchester Railways at Parkside Junction. Near the original station was near Chapel Lane. In 1838, with the opening of the North Union Railway Station, it was at this present site which is behind me, assuming that I'm using this bit of film to say it's behind me, and it was rebuilt in 1971 and 1972. There was a third station in Wigan which was called Wigan Central in Station Road. It was a terminal of a branch line to Glazebrook and on to Manchester Central. It opened in 1892 and closed in 1964. Okay, so when you're in Wigan, you obviously have to come to Wigan Pier. So I've come to Wigan Pier, and very underwhelming it is too, but it's not quite as bad as I was led to believe. Right, so there's the headless man here. There's number 1 Wigan Pier over there. And then there's these wharves here, which is now, looks like, that's most probably the nightclub, isn't it? The Orwell, that's most probably the nightclub, isn't it? But this is, I don't think this is too bad at all. So the Wigan Pier is actually a basin off the Liverpool and Leeds Canal, which is here. So, a marvellous 1-1 draw, absolutely fantastic, especially the team we had out today, lots of injuries. Fantastic, we only now need 1 point to be mathematically safe, so it's off to Doncaster on Tuesday night for that game. Hey, come on you Dons! So the 1809, 1 stop, Warrington Bank Quay, then Euston, home quickly for homemade pizza to celebrate sensational day today. Roll on Tuesday if we've got any fit players. That's the question.